All right, so we're recording, and let me go ahead and pull up my notes here. So as you come into the studio, Olaf is wearing his usual sports coat and tie, and as I explain pretty much every week at this point, he's always got something teal on him because in truth he's actually a Rasslehagian. Now, the Free Rasselhag Republic doesn't exist yet in 3025. It doesn't exist for like roughly another 10 years, or maybe a little bit less than that. But he himself is Rasselhagian, and there is a strong Rasselhag movement, so to speak, insofar as trying to gain some sort of autonomy from both the Lyrans and the Caretans. Having said that, he always has something teal on him. In this case, today, it is a teal green pencil stuck behind one ear. And on his desk is a loose pile of note cards looking like they were previously in a stack, but as he's gone through them all, they've become disheveled and there's no longer any sense of tidiness to them all. And several of the note cards are scratched up. In some cases, those scratches have additional notes overwritten on the original note. And then, of course, he'll motion for you to take a seat, even as he takes a drink from, ye old typical metallic water bottle type container. But judging from the edges of the lip to that bottle, it's not likely to be water inside. Yes, there you go. Great plug. Except his is probably more of a metallic, and maybe even has I'm sure there's a name for it, but the Rasselhag logo, the stylized dragon form or whatever it is.
Yeah, I thought it
Maybe
was a snake.
yeah, it was dragon, snake, lizard, reptile, something
Yeah.
like that. But anyway, yeah, the important thing to note there is it's probably not water in that container. But regardless, the production team will come in and they'll start doing their thing, of course, and then the lights will come down and they'll get counted in. Excuse me, and then Olaf will start his normal little spiel. Welcome back, Mech fans, and welcome to our fourth match of the evening. Things are getting hot out there, but I gotta say, I'm staying cool. And now, a word about our sponsors. Bring you the finest in combat sports entertainment since 3022. I am Olaf Krieg, and this is the Triple Press. Special thanks, of course, going out to the Donegal Media Group, Krieg Dominion Media, and of course our very own Solaris Broadcasting Company for helping ensure that our fine show stays on the air, no matter what I actually say or do. Our next matchup features a pair of teams currently hovering near the bottom end of the ratings, but don't let that fool you into thinking we have a tedious or boring match coming up. Our home team might be without a single win so far, but tonight they'll be bringing their best to the field and shooting for the fences in order to get their first victory. I'm talking about the Rock City Wolverines, of course, currently rated number 9 in the official standings. Looking to crush the Wolverines tonight is none other than the Canopian Honeybees, who started strong out the gate this season, but in the last 2 weeks have suffered a setback or two. Tonight, they'll be looking to rectify that and change their win-loss record to 3-2 instead of the 2-2 that it currently is. In fact, joining me tonight to plead their case is none other than Luke Labrador, a man that some say is nothing more than a criminal, while plenty others, myself included, insist that he is a man worthy of his successes and more. Luke, welcome back to the show. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing great. Bonjour.
Indeed, indeed. Now, my first question, I may be speaking from a position of just not knowing any better, but it is said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. 2 weeks ago, you took your first loss from the Crows. Last week, it was the Dragonborn. What are you looking to do differently against the Wolverines tonight, and what can we expect to see on the field?
The back to basics was a very good success for the start of the season. The first two matches went really well. When I went up against the Crows, they circled me, and around then we started getting the bad press. Pilots started to get a little bit pressured, and we've been recovering and coming up with some new, better plans. Um, that's going to have to be seen tonight because I don't want to give up any of the information that we're planning on.
Of course, never let your enemy know what you're doing, what you're planning.
Hmm.
That's I
Whether
think
or not
that's
they're in the room or not.
I think that's intelligence 101 right there. Now, the Honeybees haven't lost any players to being drafted by some of the larger stables or cooperatives here on the Solaris. In fact, I looked at those stats a little while ago, and I was actually surprised that the Honeybees and I believe one other team have not lost anybody to the draft so far. With the ratings review of all pilots and techs completed this past week, what can you tell us about your team and the new ratings of your people? And is there some secret or surprise lurking in the locker room waiting for the opportune moment to strike?
Well, a couple of our pilots are better at piloting. It's going to be one of those things where they're going to be a lot more mobile on the field, take better hits, that kind of thing. Um, I don't think we went into anything special for our training this particular time. However, we wanted to make sure that we had a solid team. As far as the draft is concerned, we didn't have the fortune to have other teams and higher up in the tournaments decide that they wanted any of my pilots or techs. So we're gonna have to use that up to our advantage, and I hope if one of my pilots or techs gets drafted, then they get a better opportunity later. That they get the pay and everything they deserve because they've been working very hard under the Canopians. The honeybees have everything to give to them.
And I think that's a fair statement across the board, no matter which team you're referring to. All of our pilots and techs are definitely giving it their all every week and week after week as well. So obviously, a chance for them to move up, while possibly detrimental for the teams that are leaving, is always a good opportunity for the gaining team, as it were. Now, next week is the Commanders round week, and while we don't know much yet about the particulars for this match, we do know that your team will be taking on the Science Spirits. Spirits are probably best regarded as a team that is struggling right now, not much unlike the Wolverines or the opposition. What kind of strategy are you starting to form in preparation for that matchup, knowing that the Spirits could be making some pretty large changes in the roster between now and next week?
So I may have missed the memo on the commander round. I haven't been in the office a little bit. However, with the Science Spirits, they haven't been a strong contender, but that doesn't mean that we give them any less of the attention that they deserve. Um, so we're gonna have to read into this particular round.
Indeed, and I'm being
If you will
told.
divulge some of the information now,
Yeah,
that would
well,
be
yeah,
helpful.
yeah, well, yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure it would be. Unfortunately, I am not being told a whole lot yet about the Commanders
Okay.
round week. My understanding is that both teams in each match will have a designated commander, but any more particulars beyond that, i.e., if the match ends, if that commander's mech is shot out from under him, or any other particulars or special conditions, those particulars have not been released to the public yet. My
Okay.
understanding is that it will be
Similar
coming
to
out
the bug
soon.
round.
Yeah, yep, exactly. I feel like maybe either the league of officials hasn't figured it out yet themselves, or if they're just keeping their cards very close to their chest. As we all know, the league of officials can be a little shady on those kinds of things. I hope that doesn't cause any problems with my next paycheck, but we'll see when I get paid next week.
Yes.
And there you have it, fans. I'm being told that the Honeybees are starting to move out on the field, and the Wolverines won't be far behind them. Join us as we watch as we watch this fight, and keep your drinks close. It's going to be another hot bout, I'm sure. All right. So with that, I need to pull my rules up, switch screens to.
Talking about a hot match, it's hot here in
Is it really?
Canada. I don't know why
That
we're
is.
hitting heat waves and we're like, this is just it's not good, man.
Kind of wish we had a little bit of some of that heat, only because
Uh,
the last couple of nights the temperatures have dropped down into the 30s or hovering around freezing is probably the
yeah,
easiest way to
okay.
say it, no matter where in the world you're watching from.
Yeah, no,
What
it's been plus 15s at night for us, which is probably closer to the
that's I was
70s
gonna
for
say,
you.
yeah, that's like 60, 70 range.
Yeah, that's just at night.
Yeah.
Currently today it was almost 85. I'd have
Ooh.
to
Yeah, that is a
yeah.
little bit much for this late in October.
Yeah, you can see the little
Uh,
bit of a sweat.
I can imagine. Go ahead and connect to the server as I see that you're not there yet.
Yeah, I was waiting for your call.
Yep, no worries. And
I'm in.
then our first step, I've already added the free experience points. Right, here we go. I've already added the one free experience point for every pilot and tech in the match. So our next step is going to be sponsorships. You have a +2 fans on a win sponsorship getting ready to end right now. So what
Yeah.
that does is that gives you the choice of either attempting to retain it or starting from scratch on your sponsorship role. Now, to be clear, if you attempt to keep that +2 fan sponsorship and you fail, you still have an opportunity to gain a new sponsorship in general. So
Hmm.
the choice is yours. Would you like to keep it and make the effort to get even better, or would you like to just start from scratch?
No, I'd like to keep it and get a little bit better.
Okay, in that case, go ahead and give me a 2d6 roll. You have no additional modifiers because none of your previous marketing efforts have gone through. And I just noticed for some strange reason, I never wrote down what your MWEs were for the week, but we'll get to that in just a
8.
moment. All right, 8 with no modifiers and attempting to retain. Sponsorships can either be renewed on a 2d6 roll of 8 or higher. So you do get to keep it. Unfortunately, it does not go up. You
Okay.
just get to keep it as is. So let me go ahead and
Our
update.
diehards are not phased by the news. Got it.
No, they are definitely in your court, as it were. So let me just
Yep.
change this real quick. Let's see, 3025 week 5. Now ending 3029 week 5. All
Okay.
right. And that's it. You're good to go for sponsorships for the Wolverines. Somehow, somewhere along the way, I must have done really good with a marketing roll because I have a +2 on this first roll, which is a 6 for a total of 8, which gives me negotiations are taking longer than expected, -1 on the on the sponsorship type roll, which is in and of itself a 3d6, now +1 because that +2 carries over, but the -1 affects it. 10, rolling 11 total. Maintenance and repair costs reduced by 5. That is a really good one
Yeah.
for
That's a global,
finances.
eh?
What's that?
That's a global 5, right? Or is it per 5?
It's just 5.
It's a
Well, I
global
mean, it
5.
can obviously it can add up,
Yeah.
but having that maintenance repair reduced by reduced 5. That could be a big one, especially for a team that's struggling, because that can easily wipe out a significant portion of your repair bill. So that's going to be 3025 week 5, ending 3029 week. All right, that takes care of that. Now, as I mentioned before, for some reason I did not write down your MWE for the week
Oh, that
on
was
my
recruiting and training.
recruiting and training. Okay, scribble that down real quick. That's right, because you're short of tech or two, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
for my mechs, yeah.
yeah, and I'm assuming you're doing gather intelligence as well.
No.
No, okay, too easy. All right, go ahead and give me that 2d6 roll for your recruiting. Let's see what kind of efforts. A total of
7.
7. I'm pretty sure that's going to be no result, but let's verify with the rules just in case I screw this up.
Mm-hmm.
Recruiting. No, correct. On a roll of 3 to 7. It is no result for recruiting. Go ahead and give me that 2d6 for training, though. A
9.
9. That will give
Not
you
terrible.
+1 experience points to all pilots and techs except those injured.
Okay.
Which you should be good to go there. So let me go ahead and add
Yeah.
that in.
Okay.
3 experience points are always good. And
3
anybody that
experience
wants to
points.
argue that, come at me, bro. Come
Yeah.
at me.
Kill those rats in the dungeon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, side quest complete there. All right, now for the Wolverines, they are going to also attempt training.
Mm-hmm.
2d6 with a result of 2. So, actually,
That's a
ooh,
bad one.
yeah, that's -1 initiative modifier to one pilot for this match. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll a 1d3
Mm-hmm.
against my roster,
Mm-hmm.
and that will determine which pilot takes that -1, and it will be pilot number 2. So let me make a quick note. That
Yeah.
is quite unfortunate. These guys are just having a hell of a time getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know what
just
RNGesus is doing with them, but
you know what it is? It's the Wolverine curse. And I don't know if I ever announced this on the air, but the Rock City Wolverines were supposed to be somewhat reminiscent of the actual clan Wolverine, the clan that shall
mm-hmm.
not be named. All of their player names, pilots and techs, are taken from the original, I want to say, 40 founders of the clan. But as we know
Okay.
in the lore, Clan Wolverine eventually gets annihilated. And there are suggestions slash it may actually be lore that remnants of Clan Wolverine ends up becoming the Word of Blake in a long roundabout way. Um,
Mm.
so that could be part of our curse here, or it could just be because Rock City is a reference to Detroit, and most Detroit sports teams are, whether we like it or not, just not up to snuff with the rest of their current, whatever their leagues are. At any rate, our next step would normally be gather intelligence, but you have chosen to skip that over. So let's go ahead and bring our teams onto the field.
So that I can check them, because I understand
Yes.
how that works now.
Just in case. And I did actually have a snafu. Well, not snafu. But I did screw it up on James's match. I missed the check blocks for when I put in their edge. So let me go ahead and change this one guy to his -1 initiative. I don't know if this will actually carry over.
You have my old Baker.
I do.
Yeah, we went from 1-2 to 1-0.
I even have him written down as 1-0. Let's double check the roster.
Okay.
Let's see. Yep, 1-0 on the roster excuse me, as well. So yeah, that's
And you don't have any initiative on him.
wow. What the hell did I can't configure him because he's already on you. Go
Oh,
ahead
okay,
and
I'll configure him then.
yeah, go ahead and make those adjustments. I apologize. I don't know what to say on that. I just human errored it,
Oh, it
I
happens.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked for the obvious, and then I was like, oh yeah.
I actually
Tragic
learned
two,
this.
tragic, tragic
Sorry,
two.
I just
Yeah, go
learned
ahead.
this yesterday when I realized I had made a mistake with James. You can just simply hover the mouse over the pilot, and it will give
Yeah.
you all the pertinent information, including initiative modifiers and if they have any SPAs, which for us
So
tonight
it's
none
gonna
of
be
them
one and
do.
one, 3-1. 1-1, 3-1. 1-1, 3-1. Yep, and then switch 3-2, 1-3, 3. Yeah, everyone seems like they're good now.
All right, good deal. I do apologize for that,
And
of course.
it's okay.
The Wolverines are the home team, so I have selected the south edge. Go ahead and select the north and click done once you are satisfied with your lineup.
Okay.
And it was Kumar that gets the negative initiative modifier,
Kumar.
the Hunchback pilot.
Man. I love it. Oh my god, he gets a -1.
Yep,
Oh
that's
my god. All
because of
right.
that snake eyes that he rolled, or I
Okay.
rolled rather. All right, you are set. I am set. Map is already set. I double checked that before I started. It looks like, well, this is just initiative for deployment. That doesn't matter. But you've also got something like a 1400 or possibly more because I don't always math very well. But you've got a significant battle value advantage over me. Uh, and this is a fairly open map. So we're going to have to
Uh
be cautious
20
here.
2400.
Well, like I said, I can't math all
Yeah, it's okay.
the time. Oh
I
my
have to explain
goodness.
insurance math all the time, so I mean, I
No,
get
I
it.
hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a nasty little fight. I think it's
Oh,
gonna be
it's gonna
quite
get volatile.
lopsided. It's gonna get quite lopsided quite fast.
The terrain is pretty open, so
Yep, it's gonna be lots of long range shots and lots of hits going for the better pilots, and just enough swamp hexes to really finagle things up.
they can. Okay.
Oh yeah, you brought the ECM Griffin out. I see. Forgot about that.
It's the only medium I have left.
Is it really?
It's the only one that gets repaired. Every other time the crab I get out is like, no, it was under sand or it got blown up apart or whatever other reason, and then
Yeah.
it just never gets repaired. And I'm like, oh my god. Same thing with my
Oh yeah,
good locust.
yeah, yeah. Well, your locust doesn't have a tech, and the crab, for whatever
No,
reason, just because you're constantly playing the tech roulette, I think the crab is yeah, like you said, it just keeps getting left behind, as it were.
Passed over or
Yep.
just repaired and then just destroyed.
Yep, exactly.
All
Looking at the
right.
initiative order for our first
It's
round,
pretty even.
fairly even across the board. It does give you the advantage, and more importantly, your fast-moving locust will be moving last. And you were
Hmm.
right. My math skills suck. 2,400 point battle value difference in your favor.
In 40K, that would be a whole army extra.
Yeah, that definitely would be.
Yeah, it's those pilot skills. They really bring up your thing.
Oh, they really, really do. They really do. And of course, this is the Wolverines' first season, so they don't have uh, that depth of experience upon which to pull. Next
Hmm.
season, if they don't really die a lot, well, that and like they almost need the training to counter the amount of experience points everybody else is getting because they keep losing.
Yeah, it's those hard decisions.
Yep. I mean, I would have taken training. I think I explained it to Talus when he first came into the league. I was like, listen, your best bet, in my opinion, always, always, always take training unless you need the money or you need the repairs or you need the, unless you
Or you're
absolutely,
getting the kills.
yeah,
Or you're
exactly.
destroying fields.
Yeah.
That's where you're getting all those experience points eventually.
Yep, exactly.
Um,
Because it's free training, or excuse me, free experience points. Why would you not take it unless you needed the other thing more?
yeah.
Darius had a great advantage for a good bit of last season where he had the +1 training on his MWE. He had that one sponsorship, so that really helped him out a lot. All right, let's
All
see what
right.
kind of damages are rendered here. AC 10 is the only thing that hits from the Hunchback onto your Griffin.
That's a good
Uh,
shot.
Quick Draw takes a PPC and a bunch of other shit from said Griffin. That's fucking nasty. But
It is.
ERPPC with two SRM6s. Golly. Griffin taking some more hits. Stalker getting some LRM 10 rounds onto the quick draw, but
But
missing.
missing every time.
And the quick draw does hit with one laser and misses with everything else. All pilots are still standing. We have no melee phase here. Excuse me. Got a little bit of heat, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good across the board.
Yep, and I am
Oh,
losing initiative and slightly losing on the battle value destroyed, 97.2 to 97.7, favoring the honeybees.
hmm.
Let's see. Um, shit, I may have just fucked up. Just reading this map.
The water.
No, the just where I wanted it.
Okay.
Although with your ECM bubble over the water, it does make it a bit challenging to understand that that's water.
Oh yeah. Well, I see the depth, and I just assumed it was water, so I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, if that depth wasn't there, I may have misread the terrain myself, but I haven't. So let's see. Hmm. Let's do that. All right, let's see what happens here. I don't think I executed a very good set of movements here, but sometimes shit happens.
Sometimes.
Or in the Wolverines case, every match. God, these guys really are my spirit animal. Just can't catch a
Yeah.
goddamn break.
Good. All right.
All right, firing phase. It's not good. So not. All right. Well, continue to plink away at armor, I suppose. Okay, not seeing good numbers here. Let's see. Hunchback taking damage. Griffin got a rerolled critical. 22 armor remaining in the center torso. That's so just
You're
doesn't
gonna hate
help you.
everything that happens later.
Yeah, I'm rolling through this and just not impressed already. Internal structure damage on the quick draw, bumping it up to moderate damage. Then to heavy damage after it loses a rear mounted medium laser. Head hit that gets re-rolled. Quick draw continues to take damage. Edge is used up, and there goes the fucking quick draw. Absolutely destroyed by an ammo hit. Holy crap. Let me just make sure there isn't anything actually crippling it. In case it is recovered. 93 damage to the center torso. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh
My
my god.
God. All right, who
And there's a
fired that
critical
bull?
roll number is 7, so there's no effect for critical hit slot on the quick draws
Yeah,
center torso, apparently.
yeah. That was the Stalker pilot. That is Schwitt gaining a kill on my biggest mech on the field. Oh, I got to mark damage for the pilot. 2 total hits and a knocked out pilot. That
Oh no.
is man. But they're out of the fight, so at least they won't get more injured. He'll be back next week after I pay the repair bill. Or, well, medical bill, but same thing.
Just replace them with robot parts. It'll
Yeah.
work out.
We can make him stronger, better, faster, even.
All right.
Let's see. 8 heat on that Griffin.
Yeah,
5
he's
on the
taking a roam.
Stalker.
Yeah.
This is already
Well,
going poorly for the Wolverines. God damn it, man. Let's see. Initiative wise, I am. Eh, there's better places to be on that initiative order. 59 to 95. Steadily losing this fight already, and
I
not
just want to
looking.
say
Go ahead.
that I like that it's called Pilot Man.
That is funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pilot Man.
Yeah.
Golly.
Well, stalkers are terrifying if you are in front of them.
That they are. That they are. Speaking of being in front of a stalker, it's time to start trying to do something really fucking wild because I don't have much else for an option. Guaranteed, I lose another mech and I'm out of the fight. Period. And of course you do exactly that. But why wouldn't you? You know? No way. And that was a heavy mech he killed, so I gotta really do something to even up the points. Uh, Not that I'm going to. There's just no way around it. Let's see. Mm,
The locust.
No, just my options and what the number. All right. Stalker is taking hits now. That may be the only thing I get to accomplish on that damn thing.
Oh,
Phoenix
it takes a
Hawk.
head hit, but re-rolled with edge.
Yeah, well, some of these
Yep.
pilots are they know what they're about. They're just not able to accomplish the big hits, the big scores.
Hmm.
Locust getting some back shots in. Hunchback firing at the Stalker and missing 3 times, and at the Locust and missing. And the Phoenix Hawk falls over, but the pilot manages to check his seatbelt.
They're very nice.
Oh, you do get a chance to kick me in. Go ahead. Uh, significant there. Oh, hey, look, my downed pilot woke up.
Oh, good.
Pilot of Pilot Man. And look at that. I just get shit on for initiative, even with a +1 to one of my
Yep.
uh Jesus. Or no, I'm sorry. That's with a -1 because that's Kumar that has the that took that negative. Oh no 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 no! I did not want to do. Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
He fell over.
Okay, so he manages to stand up. This is what happens. So he
Okay.
stands up and then he has to make a PSR, a second PSR, I should say, because he's backing up a hill.
Yeah.
Needs a 4 for both of these and rolls a fucking 2 going up the hill. So he falls over and blows out a jump jet, but that also bumps the Phoenix Hawk up to heavy damage
Oh my God. I
because
see
it's a
that.
because it's a
So you just
fucking
rolled down a hill.
yeah yeah.
Okay.
Get up. No. Turn. I guess we're just gonna stand where we are.
All
Really
right.
wanted that elevation change, but whatever. No elevation change for me, I suppose. The Wolverines are very much looking at taking their 5th consecutive loss of the season. This is so uh, demoralizing, actually. If I had a
I'm
dog in
sorry.
this, no, I mean, if I had a dog in this fight, I would be pretty brokenhearted right now. Losing that quick draw in round 2 really, really sunk it in. If there was a doubt as to who was going to win this match, there is none now.
Oh, I
And
see
there's,
the
yeah,
jump jet thing. Yep.
yeah. And
All
because
right.
it's just an internal slot, like there's nothing I could do about it. It automatically makes it heavy damage, or not internal slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Critical slot.
Yeah. I get hundreds on the Phoenix Hawk, by the way.
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
Apparently.
Not trying to sound like totally disheartened or anything. All right, well, let's see which of my mechs die this time. Let's see. Hunchback taking shots. Griffin hitting, obviously, because you only needed 2s. There's a reroll in there, taking away one of my pilot's edge points. And then some more missiles hitting him. Griffin continues to eat fire, though. And the
Still
Phoenix
not
Hawk.
past armor though.
No, but you are out of armor in your right torso. Phoenix Hawk is down. Not out of the fight. He just falls over because of the damage he took. No armor remaining on its left leg. It seems to be a bit of a trend. Oh, and I can punch the Locust. I'm going for the head. Kind of like Thor and Thanos. Go for the head. Oh, let's see. Oh, that is horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay, so the punch hits. It hits the right torso. He's fine. Griffin kicks the downed Phoenix Hawk, losing the whole right torso. I'm pretty sure that goes. There goes the large laser. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Things are not looking good for the Wolverines here, and I'm pretty sure that's going to dump my battle value significantly as well.
Well, we'll find out here.
Yep, I
Oh,
went
you're
from.
still on the teetering.
Yep, I'm still there. We went from 59 to 39 in the last 2 rounds. I don't remember exactly where I was
Uh,
at the end of round 4. At the end of round 5, 39 to 91, and I'm losing the initiative. My Phoenix Hawk moves first. My Hunchback moves second to last, but still not enough to get away from that damn um, uh, Locust.
Locust be fast.
Yeah, Locust be damned. Locust be damned. All right, please don't fuck this up.
What
Eating
round are we?
4. This is round 6. Okay, good. My Phoenix Hawk made it.
I pushed the wrong hotkey. We're around 4.
Doesn't sound right. Oh no, you're right. This is round 5, actually.
5. Okay, we're in the phase. Okay, of
Jeez,
5.
yeah, wow. This is turning out to be a very quick fight here. I think my pilot man is not going to be going anywhere. And we've got what looks like either a charge or a DFA coming in on my busted up ass Phoenix Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what happens in this firing phase. Obviously, we're going to dump everything we can into the Griffin, because if we can knock him down, he can't hurt us. Well, let me rephrase that. If I can knock him down, he won't hurt us, but the Stalker certainly will kill both mechs, I'm sure, in this round. Because why not? Oh, man. Alright, what are we looking at here? Phoenix Hawk hits with both weapons. Hunchback hits with 2 of the 5 weapons. Both of them are medium lasers. And that is going to be 5, 2, that's 7, 17. Not enough to trigger a PSR. So whatever the Griffin is plotting against the Phoenix Hawk is going to probably go off. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Hawk losing a whole ass leg, it looks like. Yep, left leg gone on the Phoenix Hawk. That makes that mech crippled now. Hit on the engine, and the Phoenix Hawk is just dead. Period. A second ammunition explosion. Jesus Christ.
390 damage.
Don't even. It's not gonna make me feel any better.
I just never saw that before.
Yeah, no. 390 damage, all of it directed to the center torso. Mech was crippled before all that, so even if it is recovered, it's still going to be particularly nasty. Death from above deals no damage as the target has already been destroyed.
Yeah, okay.
And then a PSR, PSR to stay standing after, and he succeeds. Of course he does.
Well, my target disappeared.
Yeah, well, I mean, he pulled it off. I feel like he did like an anime landing or something, or superhero landing, after he tried to stomp something that was no longer there.
All right.
Wow, how do I still have... Holy shit, are you fucking kidding me? I still have battle value enough to stay on the board.
Yep.
I think we could just... I'm just going to type defeat, by the way.
Oh, you're typing defeat?
Yeah, there's no point. He's got a fucking Griffin, and worse, he's got a damn Stalker. Even if he could manage to get the Griffin, the Stalker is just too much for a single mech of the medium weight class. So there's your defeat. I need you to do victory, and then I'll do defeat again.
I hope I spelled that correctly.
It did, or it was. And now, if you wouldn't mind just doing the click done all the way through, and we can get to the final screen. I am totally surprised that it's.
I'm just standing in the crater.
Yeah, just standing in the crater, just looking at each other. I feel like the Griffin pilot's just looking over at the Hunchback pilot, going, "I bet you won't. I bet you fucking won't."
Um. Okay.
Ah, Team Two has achieved all required victory conditions. I've
Every
got a
one of
couple
them.
of I got a couple of D6 rolls to make. It looks like.
Okay. So I
See,
click on done.
yeah.
No.
All right, so we'll do that first, really quick. First roll is for the quick draw. Does not recover. And now for the Phoenix Hawk, also does not recover. So those mechs are just gone. Well, you know what? My repair bill just got significantly lighter.
Oh. Okay.
All right, let's start adding up some points. Who? Oh, you know what? Who killed? Oh, the Griffin killed. Was it the Griffin that? No.
No, it was a stalker for both mechs.
Jeez Louise,
So
man.
Schwit is getting a little boost in experience.
Yeah, they are. All right. Let's do victory points here. So Wolverines will get 1 for losing and showing up. Honeybees will get 3 plus 3 for the heavy. Nope, I'm sorry. That's not right either. Both of these were killed by ammo explosions, which is additional points. A heavy is worth 5 when it goes super boom, and a medium is worth
Oh.
3 when it goes super boom. So that is 11 victory points earned by you, giving
Okay.
us a final score of 11.
Oh my.
Not the most lopsided victory we've had, but the one lopsided victory we had that is the highest margin was because of the grasshopper round and the extra points available for killing the grasshopper and keeping your own alive.
Yeah.
And of course, we're
I
talking
saw
about
the
the.
jump.
Of course, we're talking about the American Industrialists versus whoever they were fighting that night. I don't remember off the top of my head. All right, so we did victory points. Our next step is fans. So let me pull up my rules. Uh, rules and fans are on page 12, but it's actually 13 or something. Get all the numbers in. Yeah, here. Okay, so first off, you get a +1 for winning.
Mm-hmm.
You get opponent's mech destroyed. You have an additional +4.
Mm-hmm.
So that will take you up to +5, I should say.
Oh.
Uh, and no other modifiers, it looks like. Go ahead and give me that 2d6. We're going to add 5 to it because you got 2 opponents outright destroyed. So 9 plus 5 is 14. That puts you in the +4 fans. You have +2 fans for your sponsorship, so that's a +6 fans total. Your Honeybees fan base is about to explode. And for the Wolverines, this is going to be pretty bad. So 2d6, they're going to have a -1 for losing. They are now on a 5-loss streak, so that's going to be a minus additional 1 for every 2 losses, so that's -3.
Oh my.
But they get that countered by losing their own mech, utter destruction, +1 each, so that's going to be a grand total of -1.
Okay.
6 minus 1 is 5, which fortunately for them is no change. So 0 fan changes for them. They only have 1 fan. So that 1 fan is an absolute fanatical, diehard fan supporter of the Wolverine.
Wait, they have one fan?
Yeah, they're down to 1 fan, and that's the absolute minimum you can have. You can't go below that. And I
No.
think that 1 fan might be Olaf. Oh man. All right, let's see. After fans is wealth, so this will be pretty straightforward. We've got 12 as our total for the score. That gives the Honeybees 22 wealth from the win, or their earnings rather. They'll have additional money from their sponsorships. And then 12 wealth for the Wolverines, despite their loss. Let's go ahead and update the spreadsheets a little bit here.
Okay.
Starting with the Wolverines. General info. Now 0 in fucking 5. And now with 13 cumulative points. 1 fan. Finances are, they earn 12 for the match. And then they earn, it should be just 1 for their. one for the fan. For the honeybees, general. Oops, that's not what I wanted. General info tab. They are now 3 wins and 2 losses, gaining 11 points to their cumulative victory, taking them up to 31 points.
Oh.
Gaining 6 fans will put you at 25 total fans and a super secret scroll modifier of +3. If you could, in the Discord dice chat, do a 1d6 +3 roll for me, and I'll review it afterwards.
All right.
Finances, you are gaining
1d3,
1d6 +3.
1d6.
And you can actually type the +3.
That's question mark roll? No.
Slash roll.
Yeah.
Match earnings 22. Fan
6
income is 18.
+3.
Okay. Nice. Honeybees have a nice little cash going. All right. After that, now we have the draft. So let's get to that section of the rules. This one will be fairly easy for you. You will have a 2d6 roll. We're going to add 1 because you won and no other modifiers. So 2d6 roll for me when you're ready for your draft results.
Oh, I'm in the wrong chat. All right, give me a second.
Yep.
Yep. I was too busy looking for the Discord that I didn't even know which channel I'm in.
That's fine.
All right,
I'm
that
gonna
didn't even
use
work.
I'm gonna use the restroom really fast because
Okay.
waiting longer is just gonna be painful, to be honest with you. I'll be
Yeah.
right back. All right, I am back. Apologies, I just really needed to use that bathroom really fast.
All right. So was it 1d6 +3 or 4?
+3 for the super secret scroll roll. That's
Okay.
starting to get harder and harder to say, by the way.
Okay.
And
And
then
we're doing the
in
draft, I guess.
yes, and then in Mega Mech, I need a 2d6. You have a +1 because you won the match, but no other additional modifiers. Total of 8 plus 1 is 9. That means 1 pilot and 1 tech.
Okay.
So, Canopian Honeybees are looking at their very first ever drafting scenario. So,
Okay.
starting with the pilots, you have no tier 3, no tier 3 pilots. So, this is where you'll want to do like roll 1d6 and have it copied so you can just paste until we get done with this.
Yep. You can push
Uh,
up and do the last roll too.
what's that?
You can push up and it does the last roll.
But does it give you a different result?
Yep.
Oh, that works too. Okay. All right. Cool. Did not piece all that together on my own accord. All right. Starting with Schwit. 1d6, no modifiers or anything. On a 2 or 1, Schwit is gone.
1d6.
And Schwit is
1.
gone.
Oh, Schwit got an impressive
Yeah.
feedback.
Well, I mean, when you have 2 kills in a single match, that
Okay.
looks pretty good on your resume.
Yep.
All right. So Schwit is gone. We'll move to the text in just a second. Oh, you know what? Take that back. Give me a 1d6 roll for your new pilot. The first roll will be to determine what their skill level is. And that will make them a green pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Add them in. Insert roll. Play with the Merge options here. New pilot. And then the second roll, actually, let me finish this part. 6, 2, 0. And all right, second roll for them will be experience points that they start with. They will start with
Ooh.
2 experience points. Okay.
Okay.
Now for your techs. Again, no tier 3 techs. So starting with Jim Bob.
Okay.
Actually, I take that back. Jim Bob has 4 edge. Can you confirm that with your notes just to make sure that I don't screw this up?
4 edge. Yep.
Okay, so that actually makes him a tier 1 tech. So I'm going to have to move down.
A tier 3, you mean?
Yeah, he's supposed to be a tier 3, yes. I have him
Okay.
as a tier 1 for some reason. Or tier 2, I should say.
Yeah.
So we'll actually be rolling on Jim Bob first regardless. In this case, on a 3 or less, Jim Bob has been drafted. And Jim Bob is
Jim Bob.
gone. My
Okay.
goodness. Jim Bob, who's been with us for a number of years, has been drafted.
Yeah. So is Schwit.
Yeah.
Everyone's been there.
Yeah, that is true. I guess I didn't think that statement through very well. All right, go ahead and give me a 1d6 roll to see what level your replacement tech is. They are a regular tech, so new tech, regular, with 2 edge, and 1d6 roll for experience points. 2. That completes the draft for you, my friend. And maybe I shouldn't have mentioned the draft during the interview because that did not go. I mean, it could have been a lot worse, but
Yeah.
not by much, I suppose.
I see them off for bigger and better things.
Yep. Now, for all intents and purposes, they are still part of your team until the completion of this week, which will be the end of this video. So if you have Jim Bob slotted as a repair, or excuse me, a tech for an active mech, no big deal.
Okay.
Speaking of drafts, we need to do the Wolverines draft. Now, this should be pretty easy because they have a 2d6, -1 for losing, and a -2 on a 3+ losing streak, which they are. So we have a grand total of -3.
Oh.
So,
They're
oof.
not getting
But
drafted.
nope, they are. Oh, no, I take that back. 11 -3 is 8, and on a 2 through 8, no one is drafted. So the Wolverines dodged the draft, although that's not terribly unsurprising considering they basically suck at this point.
I don't think they could have even. Oh yeah, they could have. Yeah, they could have on a box card.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you set that
Statistically,
up. Okay.
yep. And they did. Well, I mean, they. Oh, because they didn't have all the modifiers, all the negative modifiers in the first couple of weeks. Because they did. I remember them being drafted at one point early on because I had to look up a new name because of the special naming convention I'm using for them.
Okay.
All right, let's talk maintenance. That's our next step. Starting with the Wolverines because they lost. Let's look at this. First, I got to get rid of this fucking quick draw. It's quite unfortunate. And I got to get rid of the Phoenix Hawk because they went boom. Which leaves the Wolverines with only 2 active mechs at this point on their fucking stable. Holy shit. It's going to be a -1 for maintenance because only one of the remaining mechs was not used. And we'll get to repairs in just a second. Let's look at the honeybees. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mechs with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 technicians. That doesn't sound right. Even with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. How did
You took off Jim Bob.
No, I've accounted for that. Oh, I didn't count Fred up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there we go. All right, so that actually leaves you with a Marauder that is not being maintained. So now they've already got 1 week being unmaintained. So I need a 1d6. It's actually going to be 2. 1d6 plus 2 roll. 1d6 plus 2 on a 6 or higher. That mech takes further damage. That mech is fine. And then the other mech that is not being maintained is the Locust, which is now up to 3. So 1d6 plus 3. And it is now at heavy damage.
Yeah.
Which will make it even more difficult to, obviously repair it. That leaves us with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, minus 2 is 6, so still minus 3 for maintenance costs. And
Mhm.
let's add up the repair bills for the two teams. Well, it'll be really easy for the Wolverines. They have a medium mech with light damage, so that's going to be minus 1 repair and minus 4 for 2 hits, minus 3 for medical. They don't have anything to help them out to counter that, but that's okay because they still pulled a profit for the week despite losing 2 mechs.
Oh,
And that profit they pulled for the week will be going right back into purchasing another mech.
yeah, they only have the 2 mechs left.
Yeah, they got to have at least in order to make a legal team at this point, they need to purchase a light mech because they
Yeah.
have I want to say it's an awesome that they have. Now, for your team,
Okay.
your Locust never took damage, so that's good. Your Griffin
Mm-hmm.
took light damage,
Mm-hmm.
but it also has a +5 because it's a special Griffin, so that's 6 total there.
Yeah.
Your Stalker only took light damage, so that's 1. You have -7 repair and 0 medical. Let's go ahead and update the sheets for that. Starting with your team since you're right here. Let's do, well, we can do, hold on. Did I go out of order? Did I skip a step? Nope, maintenance. I did skip salaries in order
Yeah.
to do repair costs.
Okay.
Let's do salaries real quick. So 2 for all the greens and regulars, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for your salaries. And then for the Wolverines, their salaries are 2 for all the greens and regs, 1, or excuse me, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5. Their salary, their payroll.
I feel like that's financially crippling them.
They're not in a bad spot financially speaking at the moment. The fact that they got a little extra money from the Lyrans last week, and I think
Oh,
they
it's
may have
the
sold a mech.
I was watching the review and it was the Cyan Spirits that were
No, actually, it's the opposition that is currently at
oh
0 wealth.
opposition.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Okay.
absolutely need to do something special this week. Otherwise, next week is going to be very rough for them.
Okay.
Let's see. Since I'm here, repair cost for the Wolverines is going to be -1 repair, -3 medical. For the Honeybees, we are looking at where am I? -7 repairs and 0 medical. You also gain 5 for winning. So that's going to, it looks like your final balance for the end of this week is going to be 56 wealth.
Okay.
And the Wolverines are sitting at a 10.
Hmm.
So not a bad place, just not a very good one either.
No, with the purchase of a mech and then having to win next round or else.
Or else they're fucked forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's do some repair rolls, starting with the honeybees. These will be fairly easy for you until we
Okay.
get to your unmaintained
Griffin.
mechs anyway. Your Griffin
Okay.
needs a 2 plus with 5 attempts total.
Oh, okay.
So sounds pretty easy. Look at that, you got it on your first try.
Yeah.
And then your Stalker needs a 3 plus with 4 attempts total. And boom, done and done. Your Crab needs a 4 plus, 4 total attempts. Hey, look at that, your Crab's been repaired.
Yay! For the next match to just not be
to
perked
either
anymore.
not be used or to get blown up all over again.
Yeah. Crabs are gonna do what crabs do.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and
Yeah.
change that. Crab is
Okay.
repaired. Your Locust is unmaintained, so yep. All
Yeah,
right,
we're not gonna be able to maintain them, so I think I'm gonna just
just get rid of it.
the 1v, well, I think I'm gonna get rid of the 1v and move the tech over to the 1M.
That sounds like a good idea. I think the
Yeah.
1M might be slightly better than the 1V, but I could be wrong too.
Well,
Uh,
it's more annoying, and
and
for the
which
sake
it's a
of it
matter
being
of which one.
annoying,
It's a matter of which one's least annoying.
yeah. So the 1M is much more annoying than the 1v.
Oh, more annoying on the battlefield for the opponent. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, for the Wolverines Hunchback, I need a 3 plus with 3 attempts. and I got it on the first try. So at least the Hunchback is repaired and therefore ready for next week. So that will take care of them. And then now, I believe, just to double check my notes, we've done repair rolls, add up all the expenses. Now we do experience points. This will be pretty easy. We'll start with the Wolverines because I'm just going to add 1 point to like 4 people.
Yep.
Let's see. Wolverines pilots. We have Man gets a point. We have Kumar gets a point. And we have Amot getting a point. I have no idea if I said that name right. And then for the techs, Whitfield gets a point. Dobrev. Carlin gets a point. All right. Save that there. Or minimize that. Pull up the honeybees. Starting with your pilots. Baker earning 2 points, taking them up to 7.
Okay.
Susanti gaining 2 points as well, taking them up to 6. And then Schwitt, who's no longer with us, would have gained 4 points. They've been drafted, so it doesn't matter. And then your techs. Vance gaining 2 points, up to 13 now. Jim Bob would have gotten points had they not been drafted. And then Ngumbo, who I'm 99.7% sure I just said wrong, gains 2 points.
You did really well.
Gains 2 points and is up to 4 now. And that will take care of that. And then that sounds like it's everything. So now we'll go back into the studio. So I need to switch screens around here.
All right, I'm back on Zoom.
Yeah, back on Zoom.
And a little.
Yeah, there you go. Twirl it some because the Wolverines are definitely thinking you're the villain right now. And we come back and Olaf he's got a little bit of a look of a little bit of shock, maybe a little bit of disdain, but also, he likes Luke, so he's not going to be angry with him. He's just a little, he's not angry, he's disappointed. In a non-fatherly sort of way. And he says, well, Luke, congratulations. Well, I said it was going to get hot out there, and it got quite explosive. Quite a bit kablooey. Congratulations.
Well, it wasn't a boring match.
No, it certainly wasn't for us up here in the booth. Camera's not staying focused on my face. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. Not that most people want to see it anyway, but still. But yeah, no, congratulations. That looks like it was a fairly easy match. Tell me, lucky shot? Well-aimed shot? What caused the quick draw to go kabloom?
Well, the quick draw was surprising that it went out so early, possibly 20, 25 seconds in.
Yeah.
It was definitely a lucky shot. We peppered it. We were hoping to get down its armor so that we'd be able to do back armor on it. But it lucky shot on that one there. It went out. However, with the Phoenix Hawk, we already had the team mostly on the ropes, so we just made sure that we focused the fire on the Phoenix Hawk, as that one was probably the most dangerous between the Hunchback and the aforementioned one.
A fair point. And I would argue personally, I think that Hunchback would have been the more dangerous of the two. However, the Phoenix Hawk was already beaten, and when you're looking at getting when you're looking at grabbing a bunch of points or finishing a match fast, obviously go for the guy that's already on his knees, finish them off.
It was on its knees a couple times.
Indeed, it absolutely was. And as we saw, who was that? Kumar did the right thing by calling the match once he saw the Phoenix Hawk go down and wasn't going to get back up again. Would have been nice to see a DFA kill, but, sometimes these things just, they happen the way they happen for a reason. I don't know what it is, but sometimes ours is not the reason why. Ours is to, try not to die, I guess. I don't know. I don't read all those things. But anyway, Luke, thanks for coming in. Thanks for helping walk us through this match. It was a good fight. Congratulations to you and your team. And we'll be seeing you again soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
All right, and of course the lights will come back up, and we'll start getting ready for the final match of the week, which will be, of course, the Dover Crows and the Ramoran opposition. This will be an interesting match to watch. Mostly, I should say mostly. That sounds bad for my son, but I'm mostly curious on seeing what the opposition is going to do. Of course, I'm playing the opposition, so I've already got a couple of ideas in mind on how this match is going to go. One of them being, of course, the opposition utterly gets their ass handed to them. Just complete utter destruction and chaos. But who knows?
See,
Who knows?
I think the only matches that I've won this entire season is against you.
That's that doesn't make me feel any better. It might help you though.
No,
I don't know.
no, but I mean like every other opponent came out with like arms a swinging after the declaration of my character's stuff, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, I feel like they've been giving extra attention to make sure they stomp me, and they've been doing very well at it. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it works. I'm still new at
I
this.
remember I remember the Crows match, and I was in that one. I remember specifically because my son pulled off some Sun Tzu
Yeah,
tactical shenanigans, shit that would make shit that would make Erwin Rommel write a book. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he cycled targets that were
yeah,
available to me to make sure that none of them got damaged enough, and it was such a good
yeah,
tactic.
yeah. It was
It
really
was,
really good. It was fun to
yeah.
watch.
Oh, it was fun to get beaten.
Yeah. And of course the Dragonborn. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Uh, they're just a tough team to fucking beat, no matter what he puts on the table. They're just
Absolutely.
fucking hard to beat, and I've been struggling with being able to put up a sufficient challenge because otherwise it's a steamroll, and nobody wants to get steamrolled. Or
Yeah.
as we used to say in MechWarrior Online, a raffle stomp. Well, actually, there's probably a few other games, but you get the idea.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, thank you for the match, Luke. Looking forward to more in the future. Hopefully, more wins on my side than yours. But whatever. I'm the GM. I don't need to win. You need to win. I actually said that in Discord right before our session started. I was like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta go. I have to go record a match or something like that. And they're like, well, good luck. I'm like, I don't need luck. I'm the GM. And I was being sarcastic at first because I was like, I don't need luck. I'm the GM. Wahaha. And then somebody was like, wow, so demoralizing. I was like, no, I mean what I say, but truthfully, I don't need to win. The player needs to win. I'm just the antagonist in that story. So, but I did have a good match despite losing. And losing that fucking quick draw, man, that really,
That
golly.
a couple more rounds in and a closer contact, it would have been a much more even fight. I
Oh,
think by
yeah.
keeping you at the distance that I had and by annoying you with the locust, you paid no attention to the locust, which was okay with me.
Yeah.
But it was basically a distance fight in
Yep.
an open terrain with like a lake between us,
Yeah.
and you had some close hitters.
Yeah. And that was the disadvantage. You could put out rounds downrange with more reach out and touch you
Yeah,
than I had the option. And I definitely was making an effort to get close, but it just didn't pan out. Especially like you said, losing that quick draw so early in the fight. Um, and then my Phoenix Hawk just not being able to get positioned well enough to do anything effective. And then
hmm
of course once it went down, I mean, like you said, the Stalker is dangerous, and that's the 3F you had.
yeah, the
Yeah, the
three F
3F is nasty, nasty,
any
nasty.
range.
Yeah, it can be a pain in the ass at any range. My personal opinion, it is utterly nasty at close range. If you're willing to expend a little bit of heat, you've got 6 lasers, 2 large, 4 medium, and
Yep,
2 SRM 6s that can
yep.
utterly devastate the front side of anybody's mech,
And with a
or any
good
side.
gunnery skill, I mean, you can just still launch some missiles at someone and be like, I'm just gonna pepper you too.
Yep. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you absolutely have the option of softening up your target as you're closing to get to that. I'm going to mess up your face now.
yeah. What
Range.
it doesn't have though in the firepower is that it lacks the armor of a
Yeah,
proper assault mech, I find. It
yeah.
is a
It
very
can.
heavy, and I think it stays in that kind of class of a very heavy.
The 3F is absolutely one of my favorite mechs of like maybe 3 or 4 at the very top of the pinnacle of preferred mechs. The 3F and the 3H, they are very much neck and neck, as far as which ones I prefer or favorite. But the 3F is absolutely up there. The Battlemaster used to be, but similar to the Stalker, it just doesn't have quite the armor to be a frontline brawler. It's more
Yeah.
of a frontline assistant, I guess. But yeah, no, it was a good fight all around. Other than the fact that I just utterly had my ass handed to me, but I'm getting used to having that happen here in this league. So
Well, I've come a long way from being a total beginner at this
oh,
to,
absolutely, you have.
somewhat having an idea what I'm doing while playing. I
No,
didn't even
you.
know what a DFA was until like a couple weeks earlier than when I started this tournament.
Yeah, no, that you've definitely have progressed quite a bit. If there was a story arc, you're definitely getting better. I think you're ready to face your the ultimate antagonist. The big climactic showdown is coming.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
playing the game, and I've been really loving it. So
that's good. That's good.
um, and work has been a lot less chaotic now that they're done with the new track that they're putting me on. So I mean, I'm good.
All right. Well, good deal. Good
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Alrighty, well, you got anything for our viewers at home and abroad, whether in the inner sphere or just the internet? Got anything for them before
Um,
we close this down?
no, I think the match was self-explanatory, and just looking to have the next match, which is the commander round.
Yep.
All right. I'm not first, so I get to see one of the matches first.
I think it'll be a variation of the same thing as
Yeah.
before. I do want to change it up, at least a little bit, so it's not just repetitive. But obviously, within the framework of Megamech, there's only a few options. But we'll see how I squeeze out some craziness and how that all goes. In the meantime,
Yeah, at some
st-
point you're gonna have like aerospace battles and stuff, and it'll be like it'll just be
Oh,
crazy.
wait till 3029. I got a couple ideas that are going to be very unique for that one, but we'll jump that bridge when 3029 comes around. In the
You mean jump
meantime,
the shark? You mean
yeah,
jump the
yeah, oh
shark?
yeah, it'll probably be our last season, so you might as well. That's when you go crazy. That's when
All
there's
right.
no budget. That's when the story gets really stupid. You know.
Yep.
But anyway, in the meantime, my friends, do stick around. There is content coming. We've got, of course, Solasta with Friends on Monday evening being streamed, and then the video releasing the following morning. Second Star will be streamed Wednesday evening with the video coming out the next morning. And then on the 2nd is the recording session for the Dover Crows versus Remora in Opposition. And that video will be out the morning of the 3rd. So there's plenty of content coming. Stick around. And in the meantime, stay safe out there, my friends. This world is a crazy place. Happy Halloween. Do the right thing. And we'll see you again next time around. Thanks, friends.